Hello folks, I'm Colonel Brennan Cook, Commander here at 14 Wing Greenwood. With me is Major Andrew Peddle from Real Property Operations Detachment Greenwood. While I look after the Wing's military and civilian people in meeting our operational mission, Real Property Operations, or as we would say in the military, RPOps, looks after the physical spaces we work in. This past year has definitely had some challenges related to COVID, but it created opportunity here at the Wing for Major Peddle's team. RPOps was able to push money, people, and time into a long list of projects on the infrastructure plan. I think it's important to highlight just how much this work adds up to improving our ability to work comfortably and operate effectively here in Greenwood.
Thanks, Colonel Cook. Yes, while the Wing and the nation as a whole had a brief slowdown in March of 2020, there was no stopping for RPOps. Our people, Defence Construction Canada, the contractors we work with, were able to move ahead with projects and maintenance on the Wing. We also grew our infrastructure investment from about $14 million to over $25 million by taking advantage of unused funds due to the pandemic.
We do have a video here to highlight the handful of projects that we did last year, and I think if you wouldn't mind starting us off, Major Peddle.
Thanks, sir. We're going to start at 9 Hangar on the airfield. This is the last Second World War hangar on the base, so you can imagine it needs some modernization. As a designated heritage status building, we look to upgrade the space to improve its usability to the Wing. This project started a few years ago, and one of the first things we addressed was improving the oil runoff from the hangar floor where aircraft sit for maintenance. We broke up the floor and connected all the drainage underneath to run into an oil water separator. Any oil running off during aircraft maintenance will now go through the filter and then into the base's sanitary system to improve our environmental compliance. We also removed and replaced the exterior windows, doors, and sidings and completely renovated the second floor to provide more office space and usable space for the people of 14 Wing.
9 Hangar is certainly getting a new lease on life with this work. We now have people jockeying for the newly renovated office space. This hangar is definitely a heritage reminder of our first RCF Station Greenwood footprint. In fact, my first unit at 14 Wing, the Maritime Proving Evaluation Unit, was housed there. I know it has been used in recent years for aircraft maintenance, helicopter cold weather testing, and full camp plywood layouts to replicate our operational environments for training. It'll be great to see another lifetime of operations happen from 9 Hangar.
Here we are outside of 14 Hangar, which houses 413 Search and Rescue Squadron. This coverall shelter is new and provides space to store and sort equipment that goes on and off the plane. One of the advantages of this is it will expedite the loading process of the aircraft, saving precious time when the squadron has been called out for a search and rescue task. This shelter will also provide valuable space for the new fixed-wing search and rescue platform when it arrives.
For our next project, we are finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, or should we say, the water at the end of the tap. We haven't had potable water on the operations support side of the airfield since 2010, when we started addressing a contamination issue from old firefighting foam. We now have well number 10 ready, with underground pipes that have been connected to the Wing's water supply system. This was accomplished by drilling horizontally underneath the roads and runway to minimize the impact to operations while the pipes were being installed. The operation support side of the base will soon have safe drinking water coming from the taps, and it also means the amount of waste from plastic water bottles will be drastically reduced.
This is the new armament repair building for the Wing's Air Maintenance Squadron 14 AMS. It's interesting because this is another area of the base that dates back to the Second World War. We've been able to do quite a bit of work in the last year or two here to improve storage and efficiency of the folks that work here each day. We're moving from buried bunkers to modern, purpose-built, and safer spaces.
Many of us have been looking up in the past year, and it's not all flying aircraft overhead catching our eye. The roofs have been replaced on 3 major base buildings. Hangar 5, where construction engineering flight and the RPOps personnel work. Hangar 14, the Search and Rescue Squadron building. And the Annapolis Mess. It's good to see life cycle work happen. It's costly, but it is also essential to keeping the buildings safe.
Here we are by the new air traffic control tower, and while new pavement may not seem exciting, it gives all the folks working here space to park, and in the end, new pavement makes it more efficient for ground workers to repair and remove snow from parking lots. This is 7 Hangar, another building where we did some major system upgrades. Most of it is electrical, with all new power distribution system components, a new transformer, and auxiliary power unit was installed.
Here's a project that was really neat to watch happen. The new button at the end of runway 1230. A button is where the aircraft comes to a stop after landing and then makes a turn to taxi back to the hangar. It needs to be able to handle the weight of the airplane and the pressure of that heavy movement. The old button was pavement, so that got soft in the warmer months, which was problematic when larger aircraft like the C-17 came to town. The new button is all concrete and can handle the weight of heavier aircraft. It adds reinforcement for our own aircraft and will last longer. Many folks heading to the Greenwood Golf Course will have seen essentially an entire concrete making plant set up along the road there last summer. 12 inches of concrete to make the button 200 feet wide by 400 feet long, and 50 days of steady pouring. Now that's a project.
This project may not have been so easy to watch for all of our families living on 1st and 2nd Crescent, so I have to start off right by thanking them for their patience during a couple months of work here. We dug up and replaced all the water distribution lines in the residential housing neighborhood, house by house, street by street, as the water was discolored due to old iron pipes. The new distribution lines includes modern connections to our fire hydrants and will provide clean water that looks more appealing. And we'll be back at it again this year with work on 3rd and 4th Crescent.
We here at 14 Wing, including RPOps, have a responsibility for some other defence properties in Western Nova Scotia, such as 5th Canadian Division Support Base Detachment Aldershot. Primary Reserve dedicated funding provided fencing around the camp training area, and some of the buildings were upgraded with new heating, cooling, and fire protection systems. There are major kitchen renovations now underway. This is all part of continuing life cycle work. Further west of 14 Wing is the radar tower in Barrington. This is a pretty impressive structure and absolutely essential in relaying the communications and information we need for NORAD operations here on the East Coast and out over the Atlantic Ocean.
There are more projects that we are currently working on, from firefighter training spaces, runway lighting, hangar roller doors, paving, air systems in both our base chapels and community center, electrical work in some of our buildings, and a big project that will bring natural gas to our central heating plant. This year's success is a direct testament to the hard-working people here at RPOps in conjunction with our partners at Defence Construction Canada and the 14 Mission Support Squad and Construction Engineering Flight. Together, we made a lot of good things happen.
Major Peddle, I have to say thank you to all the people at RPOps for all the excellent, outstanding work you've done this year. You continue to do a great job. A lot of spaces are more modern and efficient to work in. You've improved the quality of life in our workplace and have reduced the overall environmental footprint of the swing. I know we have a collective vision for the continuing to improve the infrastructure, and 14 Wing looks forward to working with RPOps towards that vision. As we move forward, we want to ensure we not only meet today's environmental standards, but we exceed them, investing in today for a better tomorrow. Next year, we'll have a part 2 to this video where we'll highlight the completion of all the projects that are ongoing right now in 2021.
Sounds good, sir.